Guys,
I'm Michelle.
and I'm Mark.
And this is Mark and Michelle.
It is, and we are going to talk about PANDAS, and SIBO tonight, and how medical medium says to treat those. And what we'll do is, how about we start with SIBO, since Michelle did a bunch of work.
Okay. I took notes and I just finished, and I don't know if I know what I'm talking about.
All right, newsreader, you know what you're talking about.
Originates
Krista.
from chronic strep in the body system.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just in
This is SIBO. Okay.
it's not just in your intestines. It's from mouth to rectum.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fun word to say.
Mouth to rectum.
Rectum.
Rectum, right? Means right angle.
Is that what it means?
Yeah.
It's probably rectum.
Rect. Yeah, probably.
Okay, well, anyway, there are a number of varieties of strep. A child can get it at conception from either parent.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that I've never figured out, but he says you can get lots of things at conception. It can be, I already said that. So, because it's mouth to rectum, your stomach can have strep. I think he says duodenum.
Duodenum, okay, yeah.
Can have strep. Small intestines, large intestines, and esophagus can have strep, and it can travel down or up.
Mm-hmm.
Antibiotics can strengthen strep, leading to antibiotic-resistant strep. Can cause pelvic inflammatory problems, tonsillitis, dyes. It can cause acne, sinus problems, pneumonia, appendicitis, UTIs. So all of those things are actually strep, and they're antibiotic resistant strep if you have them over and over, if they're chronic. Recover your hydrochloric acid with celery juice. This is what will end up killing the bacteria. The mineral salts help restore, I can't read this word.
Where you at?
Maybe it's heal.
Ashley.
And are poisonous to bacteria. So the mineral salts in celery juice are poisonous to bacteria.
Mm-hmm.
It will also enhance the immune system, those celery salts. You can also find similar mineral salts in the stems of spinach. So spinach is really important on this to take in as well.
Gonna have to start eating more spinach.
Well, we always say we feel better when we eat spinach.
Well, maybe that's why. Never thought about that.
Okay, so number 2, restructure your immune system. So number 1 is recover your hydrochloric acid with celery juice. Number 2 is restructure your immune system. Your immune system is really smart and is able to restructure chemical compounds that will actually kill strep.
That's something I remember from one of the biology class as part of the degree, was that the professor said that your immune system can synthesize any antibody that it needs and keep it around for years and years in some kind of memory so that it can come back and fight stuff.
Also, he said eat fruit. There is a fruit fear, but the acids found in fruit dissolve bacteria. And this is why you get the detoxing feelings from fruit. It's dissolving all the things that are in your body that you don't want to be there. It's actually healing you.
That's why they put citric acid in things to help preserve it. Now, not the kind of citric acid that medical medium talks against, but just use like lemons and oranges and that kind of thing.
Bananas can suffocate bacteria and draw it out of the body. Okay? You guys need to eat your bananas.
Yeah, that's why he says use bananas for strep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He also specifies figs, cherries, mangoes, watermelon, and leafy greens. Now, you can eat any fruit and veg, and it's going to help you. He just specified these. He put etc. after. So you're not going to go wrong with fruit and veg. Herbs that will help you: rosemary, thyme, sage, oregano, parsley, and cilantro. Just sprinkle it on your food. You can even put it on your fruit.
Or you make a tea out of it.
Cilantro, we're going to go there.
No, don't go there.
The reason cilantro is such a huge detoxer and it makes you feel so uncomfortable is because not only is it taking heavy metals out, but it actually kills bacteria. So when you're doing the heavy metal detox smoothie and you put some cilantro in there and you're noticing some huge detox, it's doing more than one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I've never been able to say this.
Pau de arco. It's an herb.
These are things to take, supplements to take. Hyssop tea, hibiscus tea, and elderberry tea. He said these things do similar things as celery. So those are things you can add. Olive leaf, vitamin C, the specific zinc and B12 that he has on his page.
Mm-hmm.
He does note to avoid chocolate if you have SIBO or a strep infection.
Why? Does he say?
I looked. He did not say why.
Okay.
But I have seen before that he says it's a neurotoxin.
Okay. All right. Wow.
Did I already finish this one?
I don't know. Did you? Oh, you did a Pandas thing.
Yeah, that was separate. So, do you have anything else to say about strep and SIBO?
Well, SIBO is definitely. Oh, hi, Naisha. I hope I said your name right. Sorry, I missed you. But SIBO, I'm sure I had.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure I had Pandas.
Well, did you ever have strep throat?
The first time I can remember strep throat, I think it was a senior in high school. So that was 86 or 87. I don't remember having it before then. And
well, I had strep throat multiple times. As a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I had sinusitis multiple times, pharyngitis, laryngitis.
Yep, I remember all those itises.
Itises.
You did quite often, especially during
even as an adult.
Yeah.
Bronchitis.
In fact, you still had them up until like 2 years ago.
Well, until I started the medical medium diet.
and then they quit.
Yay!
So, see, proof that medical medium works.
I'm so happy to feel this good.
I know, right? And because it's been a long time coming, because the gaps just didn't do you well at all.
No, made me sicker.
So, and it made me sicker after a while. It did great, but made me sicker after a while.
You know, he didn't specify anything else to not eat or ingest besides the chocolate. I just thought that was really interesting that he said now, well, you know, chocolate often has dairy in it. It has sugar, and it would be the wrong kinds of sugar. And so, but I have read him. He said it's a neurotoxin. But we're addicted to it because it does that adrenaline thing.
With the fat, because of all the fat in chocolate. And in fact, that's really the only way to make chocolate taste good is put fat in it. Because cocoa, nobody eats plain cocoa. Well, I don't, anyway. But shall we move on to Pandas?
Okay, if there aren't any questions, we're going to move on.
Okay, here. Let's see if there aren't any questions.
I don't see any.
No questions. Okay, so we're going to move on to Pandas because I see a lot of people talking about this. And Medical Medium, he actually did a show on Pandas.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I think you sent it to me. Or maybe it wasn't a show, but he did a blog post on it. And I think it's important to talk about this because I'm finding that a lot of times I don't agree with the Medical Medium, but we get results on the diet. I've definitely gotten results. The heavy metal detox smoothie got rid of my heavy metals, and my brain is working better now than it's ever worked, ever. And
he did one called Pandas, Jaundice, and Baby Liver.
Okay.
And I've listened to that one. It's just been a while.
Yeah. And so he has a blog post, and I'm assuming that's a podcast as well, right?
It is.
Okay. And so, but Pandas, we were talking about strep just a minute ago, strep throat, sinus infection that can be caused by strep, that kind of thing. You know, I used to have styes all the time as a kid. So there you go.
Strep.
Yeah. And he says that's strep. Makes sense. So Pandas. Apparently, Western medicine thinks that they're not caused by the same thing. Pandas is caused by strep when you talk to a normal, regular doctor. And PANS is caused by Mycoplasma bacteria. And interestingly enough, we talked about PANS and PANDAS a couple nights ago, or last night.
I don't know.
I don't remember either. So anyway, and as I looked into it, medical medium says that PANDAS and PANS are not bacterial in origin. Their cause is not bacterial, it's viral. Okay, I thought, all right, well, let's see if there's any science to back them up. You know what? There was. I found 2 papers. One paper on PANDAS and HHV6. Believe it or not, medical medium says HHV6 is the cause for PANDAS. And so looking, I found a paper from 12 years ago, 2007, and it says that they're almost always viral co-infections in PANDAS sufferers, along with strep. And I thought that was very fascinating because it's the viruses that produce the neurotoxins. In this case, it's the viruses that produce the neurotoxins that damage your nerves when you have PANS or PANDAS. Well, so the other night, someone asked about PANS, and we talked about that. And and this person said, no, PANS is definitely caused by Mycoplasma bacteria. I thought, okay. Apparently, the symptoms are the same. So if the symptoms are the same, why would the cause be the same? So I looked, and sure enough, I found another article that talked about viral co-infections in people with Mycoplasma bacterial infections and PANS sufferers. But not only was it Mycoplasma, but another one called Chlamydia pneumoniae. So those 2 bacteria, in almost 29% of the people who had PANS or PANDAS, or who had PANS, excuse me, they had a viral infection of HHV6. It's the same virus that causes PANDAS. And so between those 2 papers, I thought, oh, he's actually right. Because I'll admit it, sometimes he annoys the crap out of me with his, oh, science hasn't gotten to this yet, or science doesn't know this, or science will never know this. So, you know.
You sound like Anthony.
I know, right? And I don't even want to. And but that gets on my nerves. But I get where he's coming from. The reason I listen to him is because his stuff has gotten results for me and her and lots of other people.
Whether you believe this stuff or not, if you just
suspend your beliefs and just go do it.
Eat the food. Just eat the things he says and don't think about it.
Right? And so the symptoms of PANS, just so you know, PANS, PANDAS, actually, they seem to be exactly the same. Behavioral regressions. Your child, if they'll have a sudden onset of behavioral regressions. In other words, they'll act like a kid, they'll act less than their own age. Emotional swings, severely depressed and suicidal in children. This is serious. And irritability. They'll be aggressive and severally oppositional. Now,
is this like oppositional defiance?
That's where that's probably
the same thing.
It's probably a viral and bacterial infection. And so further things were a distinct, immediate lack of focus and an inability to comprehend math and reading, which I thought was interesting. I'm wondering if reading comprehension in autism really it just isn't a symptom of PANDAS. And because, man, I know I had trouble comprehending. I remember sitting in 11th grade algebra class not being able to get through math because I just couldn't comprehend what I was saying. Maybe that's why I had trouble with calculus and organic chemistry and all that too. So probably PANDAS, and knowing that my behavior can easily be affected when I feed viruses. I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
And so then they go on to talk about other symptoms: self-harming, bedwetting.
Self-harming? Oh, I need to know that. Thank you for letting me know that.
Yeah, I saw that. And so you stop and you realize that Anthony is right in this case. So I only realized when someone was talking about PANDAS some months back that while I didn't get diagnosed with it, being a 43-year-old adult when I started recovery, Nobody decided, oh, well, you know, you've got, or nobody said, hey, you might have pandas or PANS. Never heard of it. And so when I started looking into it, I'm like, oh, well, that would explain why I can be so mean at times when my behavior changes, because of viral neurotoxins. And viral neurotoxins damage your nerves. And when they damage your nerves over a long period of time, then your brain doesn't work right. So you have to, medical medium.
You want me to go into that?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, pandas, it is viral. Neurotoxins cause OCD, tics, spasms, twitching. Strep is merely a co-infection.
Oh, anxiety was a huge indicator of pandas.
That's good to know.
And
too.
panic attacks.
That's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Pandas needs a large amount of mercury
Mm-hmm.
at the same time developing a viral infection. HHV6 is the main one. So a sudden surge of mercury in some way.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, the virus, they start feeding and an explosion occurs. This is medical medium words, okay?
Yeah.
As the virus feeds on the mercury, it releases an extremely elevated degree of neurotoxins.
Mm-hmm.
These neurotoxins are likely a fumigator. I read this somewhere else in one of the other books. It acts like a fumigator, so it can pass through the blood-brain barrier. And then it short circuits electrical impulses and messes up the neurotransmitters.
Mm-hmm.
So strep just happens to be nearby and takes advantage of the lowered immune system. So that's why they think it's strep, because it's there, but it's not actually causing the nerve damage.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the word I was looking for, but
neurological symptoms.
that's it. Thank you.
Glad I could be here.
And pandas has rashes apparently, and those come from dermatoxins also exploding from the virus. So viral toxins that surface to the skin.
Well, after talking about it and looking at it and not wanting to admit medical medium was 100% completely correct, he is 100% completely correct, because being able to find some science on it that says the same thing from 12, and I think the one paper was from 2001, so that's 18 years ago now. He is right on that. So when I have trouble with the pandas symptoms, I have to treat it like I'm fighting a virus. So we take lysine, capsuled lysine, liquid zinc, the one that he has on his page. I think the lysine that we get some from his page too, isn't it?
Well, we try to get everything from his page because he checks to make sure that their integrity.
And so
Integris?
there you go. And colloidal silver, garlic sometimes, raw garlic that is. What else? Oh, we use a product called VSC. Now that's not something on his page.
Yeah, that's not something he recommends.
No, but it's a combination of herbs.
Chinese herbs.
And it works really well for that. And then
but I don't want to tell you guys to use it, but we use it.
We use it, right.
Because it's not medical medium recommended.
And one of his biggest way to treat, besides those supplements that I told you, and actually his biggest is celery juice.
Yeah, celery juice.
Because celery juice destroys viruses. And so
and that's why you feel so bad. You've probably got strep and viruses. So you drink the celery juice and you feel the explosion of death.
It's like a double-fisted poison drinker.
Right. And then if you have the heavy metal detox smoothie with the cilantro in it, wow. That's why we tell you to start really slowly.
On any of the detox, like the celery juice or the heavy metal detox.
Because fruit alone will start detoxing you.
Yeah, well, and she had that problem. She's so sensitive that for a long time she had to stop eating any kind of fruit or raw vegetables and eat just potatoes all day.
Yeah, I did that for a little bit because I couldn't get well or something.
Yeah.
I couldn't. Oh, my skin was starting to get all red, and I couldn't
she'd
stop.
break out, and so
it's like it was like the top layer of my skin was coming off.
Yeah, now she's detoxed enough, so that's not a problem.
Yeah, I'm feeling great.
Yeah, but definitely.
And I can do 16 ounces of celery juice every day now, and I can do I still chill out a little on the HMDS.
Yeah, that thing is potent because full strength. I've overdosed on that a couple times, and it wasn't pretty.
There's just so much metal inside me. I know my family Alzheimer's runs in the family.
Yeah.
So I know there's a lot of metal in me.
And you're getting it out though. So, but anyway, that is our show for tonight.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Well, it's 20 minutes. So if you have any questions, post them here. And remember, continue on the celery juice, continue on that heavy metal detox smoothie and flushing everything out with the lemon water. Download our book at www.healyourautism.com. Buried Alive, One Man's Journey Out of Autism. Michelle put that together for us.
And we offer coaching, so if you need help with any of this, contact us. You can see what we offer as a coaching program on our website. So right after you download the book. All right, guys. See you tomorrow night at 10:45. Bye.
Bye.